Okay. So first, okay, no doubts are there. Fine. If you still have any doubt, please let me know that. In the meantime, I will try to take the doubts. Just I was okay. Fine. So now first thing which I want to ask you all that okay, one account is okay. Fine. I will answer this postage one. Give me 2 minutes. So first thing that you should be able to classify the account, whether it is personal account, real account, or nominal account. You should be able to classify it. And now I hope we have done a lot of practice for that. And if you will do practice, you will be able to classify the accounts. Now one query is there regarding postage account. So can you help me in classifying the postage account? What type of postage account will be? Personal, real, or nominal? Yes, very good. Okay, fine. Try to do practice. We have spent about a week in this topic only, how to classify the accounts. Even after 7 days, if we are saying that don't know, sir, that is not good. Either you should share your problem with me, that what is the issue, why you are not able to recognize them when we have done so much practice. I am asking about postage. I am asking about postage. Postage is which type of account? Yes, very good, very good. See, postage is not a person. Postage is not a name of any person. Postage means the charges which you are paying for postal services. So you are getting some service and you are paying for that service. Or you can take the example of courier. So courier you are sending and you are paying for that. So that is called postage. So postage is your expense. It is a nominal account. Okay. So yes, postage is clear now. So postage is a nominal account. Okay. Now second thing, after classifying the accounts, we should be knowing what we were discussing yesterday, that you have to identify the nature, and then after identifying the nature, you should be able to identify in which financial statement I will be writing this account. So earlier I informed that there are three types of financial statements: trading account, then profit and loss account, and then balance sheet. So whatever account you are getting in trial balance, please focus on the words whatever I am saying. If you are getting any account in trial balance, we have already done the chapter of trial balance, that will be written at one place out of these three financial statements. Like suppose salary, I took an example for clarity purpose so that you will be able to do it in the same manner. Now first thing is, salary is what type of account? Salary is what type of account? Yes, very good. Now as per the rules, because salary is a nominal account, as per the rules, where we write salary account, where we write nominal account. Salary is a nominal account. That is good answer. You all have given correct answer. Now, where, and some of the students are still not participating. Again, they are in the same mode. after 1 week, even after 1 week. So I am having a continuous watch on that. So please, I am requesting that keep yourself participating in the each and everything of the class. Yes, because salary account is a nominal account, and nominal accounts are written in trading and profit and loss account. Nominal accounts are written in trading and profit and loss account. So obviously, either it will go to trading account or it will go to profit and loss account. Now, salary is an indirect expense. Salary is an indirect expense. That's why it will go to profit and loss account. Salary is an indirect expense. That's why it will go to profit and loss account. All the indirect expenses are written in profit and loss account. All the indirect expenses are written in profit and loss account. All the direct expenses will go to trading account, like carriage inward, wages, freight, wages and salaries, royalty, import duty, production expenses, productive expenses, manufacturing expenses, factory expenses. These all are direct expenses. Yes. Sir, living salary to तो हमारी इनकम है. अच्छा, okay. Now I first decide, there is a confusion in the mind of some student that salary is our income. It is how it can be our expense. So first thing is that we are doing accounting of any individual or of any business. The answer should be given by you. We are doing accounting of any individual or any business. First thing is that business. So can business do any job as I am doing and get the salary? Can you start such a business? So obviously business will be paying salary only. Business cannot get any salary. An individual, a natural person can get salary for its services. Okay. Salary will be your indirect expense, and that's why it will go to profit and loss account. So the classification of trading and profit and loss is just, you should be knowing that this is a direct expense or this is an indirect expense. If indirect expense, then it will go to profit and loss. If direct expense, it will go to trading account. So today we will do practice for that. Okay, now which type of accounts will go to balance sheet? Before we start, we should recall the rules. Which type of accounts will go to balance sheet? Yes, very good. Kashish Anand, I am not able to see your name again and again, and I have announced that some of the students are still not responding. Why it is so, I don't know. Okay, so we have revised the rules. First thing, trading account is a nominal account, profit and loss account is a nominal account, and all the nominal accounts will either be written in trading account and profit and loss account, and all the real accounts and personal accounts will be written in balance sheet. Many chapters are there which we have to cover even after this chapter. Depreciation we have to cover, bank incomplete records, rectification of error, bills of exchange, then provision and reserve. Many chapters are there which we have to do, and depreciation itself will take about 1.5 months. So now see how much time you have. Okay, so now today we will do practice of that portion. We have learned, see, this is a financial statement which we have prepared, but how you will know that this account will come here and this account will come here? That we are doing practice. Until and unless you are logically clear about that, there is no meaning of doing this chapter. Okay. So we are on this account, bank charges. So now, first you tell me about the bank charges, what type of account it is. Simply the type of account is, will make you able to prepare the financial statements. Wherever you never think over the answer. The tragedy is that you never seen on the screen also. It is clearly mentioned on the screen itself that it is a nominal account. How bank charges can be personal account? Bank is a personal account. Bank charges cannot be a personal account. Bank charges are the charges for its services. It is an expense for you. Yes. Yes, obviously. So then you should not reply. First think over it's not like that I have to reply. If it is not clear, then put the message it's not clear. If you are not able to answer at that time, leave it for some time. First finish your work and then answer. How it is possible that you will be always giving the wrong answer? Yes, it is a nominal account. Obviously, it will go to trading and profit and loss account. Yes, Kashish, are you clear about this point? Let me know that. I will try to explain otherwise. Whatever doubt you are having. Okay. Now see the next account. Outstanding salary. Outstanding salary is a personal account. So where you will be writing the personal account. If now you are clear about the rules, it will be simple for you. Yes, now you all know that it will go to balance sheet. That is the way. Now see, if your concepts are strong, you know the rules, there will not be any error. That's why I am saying this point. Yes, prepaid rent. Prepaid rent, where you will write. Yes, very good. Again, some of the students have stopped answering. Smrit Gurung. Niche, you are not answering. Yes. Personal accounts are always written in the balance sheet. Personal accounts are always written in the balance sheet. Spirit, try to reply the answers. Hardik, if you are facing any problem, you can also tell me. Yes, so that way, these all accounts will go to balance sheet. Yes. So please keep participating. That is the issue which I have discussed with your father today. Your participation is very important. Okay. Now prepaid rent is also a personal account that will also go to balance sheet. Unearned commission is also a personal account that will also go to balance sheet. Bank overdraft is also a personal account that will also go to balance sheet. Now furniture is a real account where you will be writing furniture. Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good. Yes, Janvi, today you are, I think, much clear about these concepts. No confusion, no problem. Today you are answering confidently. Anyone else feeling any confusion, any problem? Let me know that. Okay, furniture is real account balance sheet. Then next is patents. So patents will also be in balance sheet. Patents will also go to balance sheet. Okay, direct and indirect. Okay, see, okay, one confusion is there. I will explain that. What is direct expense? What is indirect expense? See, uh, I have employed a person, and that person's job is that he will operate a machinery, and that machinery will produce 100 units per day. The machinery which he will be operating, suppose he is the person A, the machinery which he will be operating is will produce 100 units per day, and suppose his wages per day are rupees 500. His wages per day are rupees 500. Can you tell me the labor cost per unit? Question ध्यान से सुनिएगा. Try to listen the question carefully. I will be paying to that person A rupees 500 per day, and the machine which he will be operating will produce 100 units per day. So what will be the payment I am doing to that person per unit, labor cost per unit? Simply I am paying rupees 500 to him, and he is producing rupees 100 units per day. If that person is producing 100 units per day, and I am paying to that person rupees 500 per day, the labor cost is rupees 5 per unit. Labor cost is rupees 5 per unit. Yes, correct answers. Yes, Dildeep, now it's clear. Okay, now this is a direct expense. I can directly identify, I can directly correlate the expense which I am incurring with the production process or with my trading process, whatever I am purchasing. So from the purchase of raw material, now please note down the rules. From the purchase of raw material till the goods are brought up in the selling state, from the point of purchase of raw material and till the goods are made ready for the selling purpose, whatever the activities you are doing, that is direct expense. That is direct expense. Like suppose I have purchased goods, that is direct expense. I have paid for their transportation, that is direct expense. Then I am giving some payment to labor for its loading or unloading, that is direct expense. I am using some power or fuel in some processing of that material, that is also direct expense. If I am importing the goods and I am paying import duty, that is also direct expense. Means whatever expense I am incurring before it is ready to sell, it is ready to be sold, that all expense will be direct expense. And when it is ready to be sold, after that whatever expense I am incurring, that will be indirect expense. Whatever expense I am incurring after the goods are ready to be sold, that expense will be indirect expense. Now suppose you are having some staff in your factory and some of the staff is in your office. So will your office staff be cooperating in any manner for the production process, for the processing purpose? Their role is only for selling purpose. Their role is for only accounting purpose. Their role is only for management purpose. They will be managing the finance. They will be managing the marketing activities. they will be managing the accounts, but they are not involved in any production process. So for manufacturing part, I have separate category of employees. Factory manager will be there. That person will not sit on office. He will be in factory. I will be having some labor over in there in factory. So factory electricity will also be separate. The electricity which I am consuming in factory, that will become direct expense. But the electricity which I am consuming in office, that will become indirect expense. Why it is called indirect? Because obviously, okay. अब मैं बहुत कॉमन सी बात पूछता हूँ आपसे. Suppose I am purchasing is about over, I will not. It's your duty. We will cover this concept in the next class also.